Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys what I've been using for the last year as my sleep system. For those of you that don't know, a sleep system is comprised of a sleeping bag and a sleeping pad. Okay, so what's special about the system I'm using is that it can be considered a ultralight system, and it also will not break your bank. It is super affordable. Now, before we start, I think it's important to say that this is not a review. It's more of a suggestion video on what I've been using. I might do a separate review of these two items in a different video, but for now, this is just me showing you guys what I've been using and what I recommend.
Alright, so the first item we're going to be taking a look at is my sleeping pad. I've been using the Klymit Static V2. The Klymit Static V2 comes in at 462 grams. It has a 1.3 R rating and is 2.5 inch thick. Now, just so that you guys can get an idea of just how good the Klymit is, I'm going to compare it to the thermarest neoair X Lite, which is one of the more popular ultralight sleeping pads used by the outdoor community. So the neoair comes in at 360 grams, is a 3.2 R rating, and is also 2.5 inch thick. Now, the difference between the neoair and the Klymit is the Klymit comes in at $90 and the neoair is $250. Now, yes, the neoair is about 100 grams lighter. It's also warmer, but for a third of the price, the Klymit to me is a no-brainer.
So as a bit of an extra, I'm going to show you guys the first sleeping pad I bought when I first got into bike packing. Now, my main concern at the time was cost, obviously, so I just bought the cheapest pad I could find, which was this Coleman self-inflated pad that I bought at the time, I think $40. As you can see, this is really big, it's heavy, bulky, and it also has no R rating, so it gets pretty cold at night. Now, after a few trips, I decided to upgrade. I wanted something smaller, but I was still pretty focused on self-inflating pads. So I went to thermarest for my next purchase, and I bought this guy. Now, this is the ProLight Plus, I believe, in large. No, actually, no, sorry. This is the ProLight Plus in medium. So on top of being lighter and smaller, this guy also has a R rating, and it allows you to use this during the shoulder season when it gets colder at night. I paid about $120 if I remember correctly for this pad, so more expensive than the $90 Klymit that I use now. All right, now just to show you the difference between a $90 pad and a $40 pad, as you can see, it's night and day. This one is also warmer than this guy. This has a 1.3 R rating. This one has none. So yeah, to me, it's a no-brainer. This guy is a huge deal. For $90, really, you can't go wrong. It's plush, it's thick, it's super light, it packs well, it's not had any punctures over the last year, and it comes with a little puncture kit in the bag as well. Okay, now that we have the sleeping pad out of the way, we're going to be taking a look at the sleeping bag I've been using for the last year or so. Okay, now the sleeping bag I've been using over the last year or so is the Aegismax M2. This is considered a ultralight sleeping bag. It comes in at 696 grams for the long version, which is this guy, and 566 for the shorter version. The bag is made out of 800 fill goose down. The comfort rating is 7 degrees or 45 Fahrenheit, and the lower limit is 2 degrees or 33 Fahrenheit. Now, just to give you an idea, I've decided to compare this guy with an offering from Marmo so that you can see exactly what you're getting for $160. Yes, this guy right now is $160. The Marmo that I'm comparing it to is the Marmo Phase. Now, the Marmo Phase comes in at $500. The Marmo phase also has 850 fill goose down instead of the 800 from the Aegismax. It is also lighter. It comes in at 580 grams for the large version, and it is also a bit warmer than the Aegismax. The Aegismax comfort rating is at 7 degrees. The Marmo phase is at 5, with a lower limit at 0 degrees Celsius. Now in Fahrenheit, that means 42 Fahrenheit for the comfort and 33 for the lower limit. So yeah, again, Aegismax, $160. It is a little bit heavier. It's also just not as warm by 2 degrees. But yeah, it's about a third of the price. This bag does not come with the sleeping bag. This is one of my own Dyneema dry bags. So it comes with a compression sack. So I just choose not to use it. I usually stuff my sleeping bag directly in my backpacking bags without any bags, but this is just to give you an idea of how small it is, and there's plenty of room for me to make this smaller. Probably I can get to about another third less than what you're seeing here in terms of size. All right, enough talking. It's time to show you the goods. All right, that's it. It's time to wrap up. So for about $250, yeah, $250 Canadian, I think you really can't go wrong with this setup. I would recommend this for beginners and more advanced riders alike. Now, as usual, I will be putting affiliate links in the description below if you're interested in purchasing these items. If you have any questions and I missed anything, please do not hesitate to ask in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer everything. As always, ride often, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.